So we're at the Toshiba booth, IFA 2014. We're having a look at their Chromebooks. The Chromebook 2 is out in two variants. Now this is the CB30-B, and this is probably the more interesting of the two. This has got a full HD screen, full HD IPS, and actually it's a seriously punchy screen. Actually, the colors look maybe even too good, maybe a little bit popped up, let's say, but actually looking really nice. So it's not touch, there's no touch here. The HD matte variant is over here. The colors are completely different on this one. So basic laptop style. We've got 13-inch panel here. This is running on Intel Celeron, so probably 2840 or 2830. 4 gigs of RAM in the full HD version, 2 gigs of RAM in the matte HD version, 16 gigs of storage in both. So I think it's really going to come down to price. The keyboard, now this is not really typical Toshiba in that the keys are slightly bigger than you get on things like the satellites, and I think this feels a little bit better. In fact, the keyboard feels, and the keyboard feedback, the mechanics is quite good. Big touchpad there. And on this one you got Skull Candy speakers. I just did an audio recording of that using the 1020p and the high definition mics. Have a listen. There are your ports, as normal on the basic Chromebooks. You've got a couple of USBs. This one's an HDMI port, full-size HDMI port here. The other USB is over on the other side here. Full SD card slot underneath there, which is useful. So in terms of weight, this is actually pretty damn light. 1300 grams for a 13-inch with full HD display is actually very competitive. Pricing for this is not available, but I think we are talking in the region of sort of 400 euros. I'm not 100% sure here, but I'll see if I can get the details on that. It's quite interesting because you've got an ultrabook style device running Chrome OS here. Plastic on the outside. It's not going to be a fingerprint magnet, it's got a very matte finish there, so it does feel a little bit cheap in terms of, you know, the plastics you've got there. Sealed unit, so no replaceable battery. Because this has got the touchscreen, which makes it a little bit heavier, they've actually reduced the battery size in the full HD version compared to the non-full HD version matte one over there. I don't know exactly what the battery capacity is, but they're talking about 9 hours, which would indicate something like a 40 watt hour, 38 watt hour battery to me, based on what we know about Chrome running on the Bay Trail platform. So there's the CB30-B with the matte HD display. There's the CB30-B with the full HD display. Pricing, we're talking about, well, maybe 400 euros, maybe a little less for the full HD. Remember, you're getting 2 gigs of RAM extra in this one. Got the 4 gigs, 2 gigs of RAM on this one with the matte HD display, so that's going to be around $349. So those are the Chromebook 2 CB30-Bs. They're going to take over from the CB30A in the Toshiba range. Interesting 13-inch models with a good few options and a nice weight of 1.3 kilograms. We're at the Toshiba booth at IFA 2014. Thanks for watching.